The Constitution of India, Preamble. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact and give to ourselves this Constitution.
Hello my dears, welcome back. So now you all are feeling very much happy and relaxed after completing your exams, right? Okay, let's begin today's session with a small quote. Children, this is our quote. The world is beautiful but has a disease called man, said by Friedrich Nietzsche. That is, the world is beautiful but has a disease called man. What did you understand from this quote? So to make it more clear, now I will show you some pictures. Okay? So by seeing these pictures, we can understand that our earth is blessed with so many natural resources, but most of the time they are being exploited. For thousands of years, man has exploited the earth in the name of development, and instead of replenishing it, we are always polluting the environment. Is it right? Yes. Children, in today's class, let us see a play which depicts the same concept, that is, how development can be a threat to nature. The title of the play is Listen to the Mountain, written by Kaveri Nambishan. Children, before moving on to the play, you should know what is a play and what are the elements of a play. So first I will explain what is a play. Children, what is a play? A play is a work of drama usually consisting mostly of dialogue between characters and intended for theatrical performance rather than just reading. So, what is a play? Rather than just reading, it is a theatrical performance which consists of dialogue between several characters, and it is a work of drama. So, this is a play. So children, now let us see what are the elements of a play. So first is the plot, arrangement of events or incidents in a play, that is a plot. Next is character. Character means the agents of the plot, that is the character conveys us the message through dialogues. Next is theme, that is the underlining idea an author is trying to convey to the reader or audience. That is the theme of the play, that is the underlining idea that the author wants to convey to the reader or audience. Next is the setting. Setting is the surroundings or place in which the play takes place, that is a setting. Next is dialogue. What is the dialogue? Exchange of spoken words between two or more characters, that is a dialogue. So these are the elements of a play. So while writing a play, you have to keep in mind all these elements should be there in a play. So what are the elements? Plot, character, setting, theme, dialogue. So children, as I said before, the play depicts how development can be a threat to nature, and the play is set in a village, and the name of the village is Dharmagiri, and in the play the background shows so many trees, mountains and a river near the countryside. Okay. Now I will introduce the characters in the play. So children, these are the characters in the play. Listen to the mountain. First character is grandmother, and the character of grandmother plays a major role in this play. Next is Narayan. Narayan is the school headmaster and grandson of grandmother. Next is Ramana. Ramana is a tea shop owner. Next is Sagar. He is a building contractor. Next is Dixit. He is a millionaire industrialist. Then Shastri, Rudrappa and Kannan, they are village men. So these are the characters involved in the play. Listen to the mountain. In the first scene there are three characters: grandmother, Narayan and Sagar. Narayan is a school headmaster and Sagar who is a building contractor. Now let us see what happens in the first scene. At first, the grandma appears from the right side of the stage and speaks to the audience. So, grandma is entering onto the stage and she is speaking to the audience. What she says that she lives on the slopes of Dharmagiri village and she is very much attached to nature. That is, she considers rivers, trees, birds, everything as her friends, and she has turned to 90 now. And after saying this, grandma leaves off the stage. Then next enters Narayan from one side of the stage and Sagar from the other side of the stage, and they just greet with each other. And now Narayan asks Sagar to join with him for a cup of tea, and they are deciding to go to Ramana's tea shop. Who is Ramana? Who is Ramana? Ramana is a tea shop owner. So Narayan and Sagar decides to go to Ramana's tea shop. So this is all about scene 1. Now let's move on to scene 2. Scene 2, the setting of scene 2 is Ramana's tea shop. The three characters in the scene are Ramana, Sagar and Narayan. So these are the three characters that appears on scene 2. Now Sagar speaks, he is addressing the audience. Sagar speaks about the beauty of Dharmagiri village. Now he is speaking about the beauty of Dharmagiri village. It's a lovely village. The river that flows through this village is the cleanest ever. So he is speaking about the beauty of Dharmagiri village, and what he says is that the river is so very pure and it is the cleanest ever. The waterfalls, the trees, the wildlife are all simply marvelous. So Sagar is very much attracted to the beauty of Dharmagiri village. On the top of Dharmagiri, the plan is to build a 5-star hotel. So what is his plan? His plan is to build a 5-star hotel on the top of Dharmagiri. After hearing this, Narayan is very much shocked. What he says, the only construction we have in this village is our temple, that too which is built on 300 years ago. So what he says is that the only construction that we have in this village is the temple, that too which was built 300 years ago. Now Ramana asks Sagar, that is, the mountain is sacred to us, river flows down and sustain our crops. How can you build a hotel here? So what is Ramana is asking, that is the village or Dharmagiri is very much sacred to us and the river flows down and it always sustain our crops. In such a condition, how can you build a hotel here? And Narayan also says to Sagar, for construction your vehicles cannot go up. What will happen to the houses including mine which are on the slopes? So Narayan is also asking to Sagar, that is, the vehicles cannot go up because it is a hill area. So all these houses get collapsed, and how can you build a hotel here? So for all these questions, Sagar replies is that the hotel is being built by Dixit, a millionaire industrialist from Delhi. He has taken the approval from the government. Everything has been arranged. So the hotel is being built by Dixit. He is a millionaire industrialist and he has taken the approval from the government and everything is being arranged. The village will not be harmed anyway, we will provide enough compensation. What he says, the village will not be harmed anyway because they are giving enough compensation. It will be one of the best luxury hotels in the country. Tourists will pour into your village, especially rich ones. So this hotel is going to be one of the best hotel or best luxury hotels in the country, and tourists will pour into our village, especially the rich ones. Narayan inquires about the men and machinery. So after hearing this, Narayan inquires about the men or the laborers and also about the machinery to Sagar. So what was his reply? Sagar replies, tomorrow lorries and trucks will arrive with cement, bricks, steel, marble and other things, and also laborers. They will live in temporary dwellings at the foot of the hill. So tomorrow all the vehicles like lorries and trucks will arrive with loads of cement, bricks, steel, marble and other things, and also laborers are also coming to Dharmagiri and they will have a temporary dwellings at the foot of the hill. So after hearing this, Ramanna and Narayan opposes the plan of building a hotel on Dharmagiri. So in this scene, Sagar explains about Mr. Dixit. He is a multi-millionaire, owner of 24 cinema houses, 5 luxury hotels, 3 drug companies, and also he owns the biggest biscuit factory in India. And what he says is that he has his money, his idea, his effort. And Sagar is saying this to the villagers, and you villagers have nothing to do with it. So Sagar is not ready to drop his plan of building a hotel on Dharmagiri. So this is all about scene 2. Now let's see what will happen in scene 3. So in scene 3, again the setting is Ramanna's tea shop. The characters appear on this scene are Narayan, Ramanna and Shastri. So they are sitting each other and talking to each other about the plan set by Sagar. All the village men opposes the idea of constructing a hotel in Dharmagiri. Ramanna says, it's a foolish idea, we don't need a 5-star hotel in our village. So all the village men, they are not ready to accept the plan set by Sagar, and they are opposing the plan of building a 5-star hotel on Dharmagiri. And what Ramanna says, he says it's a foolish idea, we don't need a 5-star hotel in our village. Next, another character, that is Kannan. He also appears in scene 3. What he says is that hotel will bring many tourists and it also brings money. Kannan, he speaks in a different manner. What he says is that hotel will bring, these 5-star hotel will bring many tourists and it also brings money. But after hearing this, what was Shastri's reply? Let's see. Shastri says, a multi-storied hotel can never come upon Dharmagiri. We have to stop this construction. Thoughtless people should not ruin our beautiful mountain. Dharmagiri could not hold a structure taller than 30 feet. It would be dangerous to dig too deep for foundation. So what Shastri says, that is the village does not have the power to hold this 5-star hotel, because why? It should not ruin the beautiful mountain, it should not ruin the beautiful mountain, and it could not hold a structure which is more than 30 feet. You can imagine if it is a 5-star hotel, it will be it will be too big. So Dharmagiri village cannot hold the structure which is more than 30 feet. So all these village men decides to meet Mr. Sagar. Let's move on to scene 4. In scene 4, the characters are grandmother and Narayan. They are talking to each other. Narayan informs about the discussion that has taken place in Ramanna's tea shop to grandmother. What he says, Sagar does not hear the words of the village people. He called them village bumpkins. So Narayan is saying that Sagar is not ready to hear the voice of the village men, and they called the village men as village bumpkins. They are going to start work tomorrow. So Sagar and the other laborers are going to start their work tomorrow. So when Narayan says about the discussion, grandmother becomes so very sad because she is so very worried about the animals, birds and other living creatures in Dharmagiri, and she is asking who will listen to their plight. That is, while constructing a multi-storied building or a 5-star hotel, what will happen to all these animals, birds and trees, and where they will go, or who will listen to their plight? That is what she is asking. Who will listen to our river, our clean, beautiful, sweet watered river that will now turn foul with filth? That is, once the river which was very clean now will turn into a dirty river. Who will listen to all these things? That is what grandmother is asking. Who will listen to the sorrow of Dharmagiri? That is, who will listen to the sorrow of Dharmagiri means now it is a beautiful village with so many trees, animals, birds and mountains. But after building this a hotel, who will listen to the sorrow of Dharmagiri? That is what always haunting her. And she is very much disturbed, and she says, just like humans, these mountains, rivers, trees, animals all have life, but no one listens to them. That is what she is saying. That is, like us or like human beings, all these mountains, rivers, trees, all those things also have life. Then grandma says to Narayan, you are a school headmaster, you must talk to your children. Just tell them everything and let them think for themselves. We must do something. Our children also don't want a hotel on Dharmagiri if it will ruin our countryside. So now grandmother is talking to Narayan, and what she says is that you must talk to your children. You are a school headmaster, you must talk to your children and you should make them understand the importance of Dharmagiri and the importance of nature and how we should protect our Dharmagiri, and let them think for themselves. And at last what grandmother says is that big people with small hearts will swallow our beautiful village. That is what she is saying. That is, big people with small hearts is going to swallow our village. And finally, Narayan says to his grandmother that Mr. Dixit is arriving tomorrow, so we will stage a peaceful protest and we will submit a petition. So, okay children, now let us see what will happen in the final scene, that is scene 5. Curtain rises, backdrop of mountains, a stream and trees. Dixit is seated on a chair on one side of the stage, Sagar is on the other side. Sound of lorries, drilling and hammering can be heard. A procession of children and adults enters from the opposite side. The children in the front row display a banner, listen to the mountain. They present a petition to Dixit. So, this is the final scene, that is scene 5. In scene 5 we can see that the backdrop of mountains, streams and trees, and Dixit is seated on a chair on the one side of the stage, and on the other side Sagar is standing there, and we can also hear sounds of the lorries drilling and hammering. Then on the other side a procession of children and adults enters from the opposite side. That is, the children in the front row, the children who are coming or who are participating in this procession holds a banner, or they displays a banner. In that it is written, listen to the mountain, and they present the petition before Dixit. So he is reading the petition. What is this nonsense? Listen to the mountain? Here we are all set to build the biggest hotel in the state, one of the best in the country, and you people talk of mountains and rivers, rabbits and birds. Please, please, if you cannot understand the need for big business, don't interfere. Let us get on with it, okay? Come on then, on with the drilling, let us get a move on. So what he says, he is very much frustrated by seeing this petition. Listen to the mountain. So while reading this, his expression was, listen to the mountain. Here we are all set to build the biggest hotel in the state. So what was his decision? His decision is to set the biggest hotel in the state, one of the best in the country. And at that time you people are talking about all these mountains and trees. Let us get on with it, okay? Come on men, on with the drilling. Let us get a move on. So Dixit is asking his laborers to continue the work. Sagar is also saying, keep working, keep working. Suddenly there is a terrific rumble and roar like rocks falling. It lasts for 30 seconds, tremendous noise of horns blaring, voices screaming and shrieking. So, on the stage we can hear a tremendous voice or a terrific rumble and roar like rocks falling. It lasts for 30 seconds. Tremendous noise of horns blaring, voices screaming and shrieking. So, we can hear various noises, that is screaming and shrieking and tremendous noise coming from here and there. Voices off stage, landslide, landslide. So, because of the pressure given to the mountain, there occurs a landslide. Dixit and Sagar look around in panic, they stagger about, then run off stage. So, they are just looking around and they were very panicked. Narayan shouts, let us get help, we must help the injured, hurry, hurry. So, Narayan is trying to help the injured people. The injured are carried away on makeshift stretchers by children, some hobble and limp. Slowly the commotion dies and noise fades finally. So, what happens finally? A landslide occurs and many people got injured on this because of this landslide. So, by seeing all these, finally our grandmother speaks in a sad, slow voice to audience. Finally, the mountain spoke loud enough for everyone to hear. For our village, it was a tragedy. 10 houses buried beneath the landslide, 11 people killed, including 2 children. I knew it all along. Nature always speaks if we care to listen. So, what she says is that finally the mountain spoke loud enough for everyone to hear. So the sound of the landslide, here she is comparing the sound of the landslide to the voice of the mountain. That is, as she hears the sound of the landslide, what she says is that the mountain now speaks loud enough for everyone to hear. For our village it was a tragedy, for Dharmagiri it was a tragedy. Why? Because 10 houses were collapsed and 11 people were killed, including 2 children. I knew it all along. Nature always speaks if we care to listen. So, if we are ready to listen to nature, we can hear the voice of nature. That is what she is saying. So, children, this is all about the play, as it shows how the atrocities of man towards nature, exploits nature or destroys nature or the village like Dharmagiri. So, okay children, I hope you all understood the play. So, read the play well and think from your side what are the duties and responsibilities that we should keep in mind to protect our nature and our Mother Earth. So, let us wind up the session. Take care of your health. Meet you in the next class. Till then, it's bye from your Aparna teacher. Bye.